Let's talk about the hidden number you need to know when buying a home in Houston. But before we get to all that, make sure that you tap the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that when I put out new videos to help you on your home buying journey, you know right away. Alright, now that we're past all that, let's talk about the hidden number that you need to know when you are buying a home in Houston. This can make a several $100 difference in your monthly payment, and you know what it is? Property taxes. Obviously, across Texas even, not just the Houston area, property taxes are a hot topic. It seems like they continue to rise, but you need to know that homes, even in the same community, can have different tax rates. So let's take a look at a home. I wrote down the numbers. Here we go. A home that I helped a client buy recently in Sienna. Now, Sienna is obviously a huge, still growing planned community over in the Missouri City area, and it's huge, right? So the home that she bought is actually about 20 years old, and they're still building that community. Because she bought in the older area of Sienna, my client's tax rate was 2.64. Okay, there are other areas of Sienna where it's 3.4 and even higher. So let's say we have a home that she purchased for $285,000 with a tax rate of 2.64. So her estimated monthly tax payment was going to be $628, right? We know that's a big amount that gets added onto that mortgage payment. It's taken with your mortgage typically. If she had bought that same house where the tax rate was 3.8 instead of 2.64, her monthly taxes would have been $902. Okay, so from $627 a month to a little over $900 a month if it was the same house somewhere else just because of the tax rate. So you need to make sure when you're looking at the home that you're considering purchasing, yes, you want to look at the overall price of the home, you want to look at your interest rates and all those kinds of things, but you also want to be paying attention to that tax rate. I had another client that we are in the process, she hasn't closed on her home yet, but we're in the process, and when she and I were looking at homes and I was helping her find the right one, that was something that we looked at on every single house, because not only did she know what her overall amount that she was pre-approved for was, but she also knew that she did not want to go over a certain amount when paying her monthly bill, when paying her monthly mortgage. So depending on that same house, depending on if the tax rate was 2.8 or 3.2, if that same house was $215,000, that was going to change her mortgage payment just because of the tax rate. So yes, overall amount that you're paying for a house is important. Price per square foot and things like that are important. But the hidden number that you have got to pay attention to when you are buying a house in Houston, when you're trying to figure out what you can afford, what fits in your budget, you've got to pay attention to that property tax rate. When you're looking in newer communities, typically those are going to be higher because they have what's called a MUD tax, and we're going to talk about that in a different video that's going to be coming out later. But you just need to make sure if you're looking in a newer community, you want to be looking at, do they have a MUD tax? How much is that? What does that make my overall tax rate? And if you're looking in an older community, you may have a little bit of a lower tax rate because you may not have that MUD tax rate. So you have just got to pay attention if what you're paying monthly is of concern to you, which for most of us it is. You want to make sure when you're looking at homes and you're doing all the payment calculators and you're talking with your lender, that one of those numbers that you're looking at to that property tax rate. A lot of the online calculators that you find are not going to have the right tax rate. They're going to give you an estimate, and to be honest with you, in Texas we don't have an income tax, so many times our property taxes are going to be higher than what those calculators auto-populate with. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that. So I hope this was helpful to you. Scroll down in the description. There are all kinds of videos there to help you on your home buying journey. If you have specific questions, don't be afraid to leave me a comment or just tap the link below that says have Melanie call me, schedule a call, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'll call you, no pressure, just help. I'm Melanie the Realtor. I hope you have an amazing day.